Hey guys, Martina Yelverton here with Family First Designs, branding specialist for this particular entity that endeavors to give you education, training, and a whole lot of other details about how to take yourself from where you currently are and enhance what you currently have, making you even more of a professional and having more of a spirit of excellence with regards to your endeavors. Speaking specifically in this particular training is going to be email education, specifically branded domain-based email education. What I'm looking to do is, of course, develop you into the professional that others gravitate to. And by that, what I'm meaning is that when it's time for you to get out there and flip your switch on and go for what you know and help people and enhance people and grow people, you want to make sure that you are operating in a spirit of excellence that allows others to see something in you that would solve a problem that they're having. And in this particular training, we're going to talk about email education. A lot of people really don't understand this, and for that reason, I really want to make sure that I kind of delve a little bit deeper and give you what you need. My name is MartinaBY Yelverton, and I am a graphics web design professional. I am a branding specialist and an online entrepreneur. I really get excited and I am really passionate about any and everything that comes to personal development, knowledge, and growth. And I really like to help people who really don't grasp the full knowledge of how this can positively impact their business, how it can even positively impact their own personal lives. I really endeavor for people to have a mind shift and to move themselves from where they are into where that they are abundantly blessed to be. Okay? What I really want to get over into on this particular 7 tips type of video is to have you guys understand that it is important to understand the components of a domain-based email. And my endeavor here is to actually set you up for success. This is why I really need for you to grasp the knowledge that you need to stop giving Yahoo, Hotmail, AOL, all of these particular companies your advertisement. I mean, seriously, guys, what happens when you do this is there is not a check that is cut for you. So why would you want to continue or endeavor to give these entities your money? Really and truly, when you think about it, Yahoo is not cutting you a check. Not that I know of. Correct? Okay. Hotmail is not cutting you a check. Correct? Not that I know of. AOL is not cutting you a check. Gmail is not cutting you a check. Verizon, Nextel, Sprint. None of these places are cutting you a check. So why continue to market and advertise for them using such a powerful platform as your email? It's very important that you realize that when you go to work for a company, a corporation, you receive from them an email account that is branded in their corporation name, their company name. You are not receiving a Hotmail or Gmail unless you're working for Hotmail or Gmail. You are receiving the branded domain-based email that belongs to that company, and you are working as a representative on behalf of that company. So it's very important that you understand in your own personal endeavors, you need to be marketing your business, corresponding your business, a representative of your business on your domain-based email. Okay, so before we get over into the 7 tips that regard that, I need for you to understand that this will be in every training, and that is how to be smart with your particular platform of choice. And in this particular training, we're talking about email. Okay, so in email, I need for you to understand that you're building relationships. You are taking the time to cultivate the relationship, and you're building it to something where that person will get out here and they will network for you, and things that they do for you really undergird the relationship that you have. You are out here to engage with consumers. You are emailing correspondence that deals with how you can solve their problem. Okay, you are supposed to support your brand. You don't want to be out here willy-nilly and trolling and doing things like that on your business time. You need to make sure that just like you would work that 9 to 5 for a company, that you work that 9 to 5 for yourself. Okay? You are endeavoring to make new relationships. Don't rely just on the relationships that you built in the past to network for you and continue to bring you business by word of mouth sales. You want to you yourself get out here and in the spirit of excellence and under supporting your brand, make new relationships. When you do take the time to understand how important it is to have a schedule and to plan out your day. You need to make sure that you act within your plan. If you're within that time frame that you've designated that is for your specific business needs, then you need to be doing things that are within that plan. Then you also want to make sure that you are corresponding within your email within a response. I mean, really, a great amount of time. Respond timely. Make sure that you respond in detail, that you're giving the information that the individual is asking you for. And if there are other things that you know that could make their experience better, sure, add that in there. But you want to make sure that if it is going to take you 2 or 3 days to gather up the information, that you immediately pop back to them. Hey, I got your email. I just wanted to respond and let you know I'm going to need another day to gather all the quotes that you're asking me for. But make sure that you give them some type of feedback to let them know that you are getting back with them. Okay? And then even in email correspondence, you want to make sure you take the individual from your email over to your website. You convert them, as that is called. Okay? So what I want to do right now is see if I can pause the presentation long enough to get us over to understand what a domain-based email is and how you would actually log into that. If you're a client of Family First Designs, this is the process that you are going to use. So let's do that. Okay, here we are. So if you're going to go over into your workspace web-based email, is what the domain-based email platform is called. You would go to login, as the previous screen said here, login.secureserver.net, and that is going to bring you over to a secure area. That is, and that's what that S is for, to let you know that you are in a secure area to be able to log into your email. And that is what we're going to do. Okay? So once that populates you into your web space email, there are various views that you could utilize. I think let's go over to the updated view, because the updated view will allow us to see the e-signature area that we're going to speak of a little bit later. Okay, this is the platform that you would need to become really well acquainted with, because this is how you're going to receive your email. But we'll pop back over to here throughout the training so that you can get what it is that you need to get. Okay, so 7 tips on setting your domain-based email up for success. The first thing, like I said, is that you want to use your domain-based email account for business. Okay, and this is how you know you are within your domain-based email account, because right here it says branding@tocreateforyou.com. So that means any email that you send, that you compose, it is going to come from branding@tocreateforyou.com. So if your business is how to advance the marketplace and you are Tasha, then it's going to be Tasha at how to advance the marketplace. That's if you choose to, have your domain-based email set up that way. Okay. The main reason that you want to use a domain-based email account is because you want to remain professional. You want to be accounted among the likes of the professional. Among your domain-based or your company-based, corporate-based email situations, emails, account, however you want to kind of term that, you want to make sure that you are professional and that you're not using your free accounts that come as far as your Yahoos or your Hotmails or any of that. You want to make sure that you understand that by using that domain-based email, that it is brand recognition. Okay, and by brand recognition, what you're doing is continuing to hone the content and bring the people in and understand that they are corresponding with someone that is of a business nature. You own this domain, you own this business, this is your business, you're corresponding on behalf of the business, and you are in control of a lot of the content. Some of these other places that you have, like your Hotmails and your Gmails, that content doesn't belong to you unless you've downloaded that content from that email onto your own web server space. Once it's gone, because you don't own Gmail. You don't own yahoo.com. You only own the content that happens to be sitting there at the time it happens to be sitting there. And another reason that you want to utilize your domain-based email is because it keeps you in the mindset or in the mode that you're corresponding about business, okay? It increases your validity in your profession. Again, brand recognition. We're talking about business. We're talking about the company. We're talking about the corporation. It keeps you in the right mindset, okay? It's also economical. A lot of email, what do you call them? Expenses are really going up because people are really understanding the importance of having email and what that means to, really utilize it to increase sales, increase productivity, correspond, how important it is. And for a while it had gone away because of social media, but it is coming back, and it's coming back strong because a lot of these social media sites are going over into paid marketing, and a lot of people don't want to pay to be able to correspond on those platforms. So if you think about it economically, it is very well worth it for you to invest in your own domain and then utilize the email that comes with your domain, not only for brand recognition and professionalism, but also because it's economical to have all of that information in one space instead of losing your content to social media. It's also cohesive and consistent that you are talking about business, about the website that has the business within the brand, within the email, that all corresponds with the business. Okay, so moving into tip number 2, you want to make sure that if you are currently corresponding on your free personal accounts, such as those that we previously and continuously mentioned, yes, we're giving a little bit of advertisement to them there because you're already doing it. We're just trying to teach you how to move from the old over into the business mindset and have a mind shift over into where you really need to be operating correctly as a business. So you want to go in and you want to auto forward all of that email, all of that content, and all of that visual representation that's sitting over there housed in that area. You need to create an auto forward. Okay, going into how to do those things, you would need to sign up for an additional course that allows us to walk you through step by step so that you can see how to do it. Or honestly, you are available to YouTube, Google, and ask certain questions in the search bar that will teach you how to create an auto forward to get your old information over to your new information. Okay, with coming from there over to here, you are available to send mass emails or even multiple mass emails to let the people who are currently housed in those free-based email accounts, you want to let them know that you now have a new business email account. This is where you will be corresponding from, and then you need to give them an amount of time where they discontinue forwarding and commenting and corresponding with you over there, and you give them a time limit to come over here to where your new business email account is. You also want to make sure that you don't delay doing it, because the longer you continue to correspond over there, the more clients you may build over there to eventually still have to come over here. Okay, you also want to be consistent. Don't backtrack. Don't keep going back and saying, oh, I just need to send one more email from that over here and one more email. You need to make the transition, and then you need to be consistent in your new area and make sure that that's how you continue to do your correspondence. So tip number 3, you want to add an e-signature. And by e-signature is this information that's located here at the base of the email. Here is where you get to leave a little comment. You get to give your contact information, and you get to make sure that you are sending this within each and every email. Okay, below that information, you want to also make sure that it's clickable, that your hyperlink is here so they'll know how to get to your web address. You need to make your image clickable as well so they don't have to guess. You can say, just like it says here, click the logo below. Tell them what to do, because sometimes they don't know. And then you need to repeat that same information in text below here on how they can get in contact with you, how they can continue to link up with you, because some people have their email, it is set so that they can't receive imagery or they can't receive hyperlinks. So they need to be able to look at that and see, oh, I can reach them at familyfirstdesigns.com. Not necessarily have an image that's not going to show up, but have continued text that lets them know how they can reach you. Okay? Tip number 4. So you want to set up features and options for automation and ease. So before we pop out of here, let me check the next one. Yeah, let's start with your sent mail. So if we go over here and you're checking your sent mail, each time that you compose an email, let's see here. Such as this, we want to say 7 tips on domain-based email success. We'll just say that real quick. And then I'm going to say test 4. Okay? When you do that, you want to make sure that when it is sent, okay, that your sent emails are definitely set up so that you have a copy of the information that is going out. Okay? You want to make sure that you compose your options with any signature. So if you go over here into your settings area and you go into more settings, you want to make sure that each and every email that you send out, that it automatically adds your e-signature, and that even when you reply from here, that it includes your signature in the replies. So say this is the one that we're going to use for correspondence. You want to let them know that this is the email. Okay, and then you can let them know that this is the web. Okay, and you may want to say, and this is how you can get in contact with us via phone. And say, this is the phone. Things like that. And then, of course, you would pretty this all up however you would need to so that this would flow to them as text. And you want to make sure you save that. So, again, each time you compose, now that information is automatically set up in there. Okay? You also want to have the frequency of checking for new mail set. Okay, so if you were to look in here at some of the other settings that are available, you have an auto reply setting. We'll get to that in a moment. You have an account setting for if you need to upgrade, update, or adjust. And then you may also set certain messages to come in by taglines to go into specific folders. So this is what we mean by go in here and check your time zone and things like that and set up your email so that everything's operating at optimal performance. Okay, and then you also may want to look at possibly needing to pop to other mobile devices, and then of course autoresponders. And by autoresponders, we want to make sure that any emails that come in, you can say, thanks for checking out the website. Look for a, I can't type right now. Look for a cursor in the way. You know, something like that. And you also may want to suggest that they whitelist you or add you to their list of acceptable recipients. Okay? And save that. So when an email goes out, that message is automatically sent back to the individual that has reached out to you. Okay? So, tip number 5, create and use preset templates, email folders, and bookmarks for organization and consistency. So think about it. Because your business is a major portion of your life, it is only expected that your business and personal may overlap. So take advantage every now and again to preset triggers for creativity, and this also will calm down the scatterbrained activity. So if you know you're a person who may get caught up looking at X, Y, and Z in the midst of receiving an email, you're just not going to hammer down and remember each and every automatic response that you would have. You may want to go in here and set up certain draft templates, meaning you can compose an email, okay, and then you automatically say draft for auto replies. And even though you already have one set up, you'll get my drift. and you can say this is a test response, okay? And then whatever you would normally reply to some of your typical or frequently asked questions, you want to make sure that that is included in here. So anytime you have to go and compose a message, what you can do is make sure that you already have a set of drafts that is already created, that you can just go cut and paste, just to, save you a little bit of time, okay? You want to create a culture of consistency and familiarity, so that each and every time a person receives an email from you, it's consistently branded with your information, it's consistently detailed, it is consistently timely, and that a lot of the verbiage that you use is familiar within there, so that it, continues to cultivate and grow and build a relationship that you already have. Also, if you are available to search for a specific email, you can do that quickly, because it's something that you repeatedly say for a particular client. You can type that information in here and create a search, and so that it can populate for you X amount of emails that have that particular trigger word in it, and it will help you find things, okay? So tip number 6, don't overlook the importance of the subject line. And I can let you know I got a little bit ahead of myself in the last one and speaking about that search feature, because that is one of the very important things. If you want to, increase the probability of your emails being open, read, and responded to, then you must use a subject line. You also need to make sure that your subject line is relevant, creative, short, and sweet. You want to make sure that it is, really, really, really just vibrant with you. And when I'm saying creative, I'm being redundant. I may have it in here one more time, to have you understand that being unique is going to, allow your information to stand out in a person's inbox. You want to make sure that even it's urgent or it's detailed. You can use numbers, you can ask a question, but you want to make sure you personalize it. So here's an example, okay? Tasha, is this my exclusive online list of 7 stories used to save you dollars? Yes. That is the subject line. So if you ever had to go into your search box here, what you could possibly type in there that's different would be obviously her name, okay, and then the combination of exclusive online or something like that, something that would allow you to search. Because trust me, later when you receive 300 or so emails in a day, you're going to want to go and find Tasha's email pretty quickly without having to, constantly scroll through your list of 300 or so email accounts to try to find an email that was specifically for Tasha. So trust me, it will save your life later to use a subject line, make it very unique so that you can follow up later and find it, okay? So the 7th tip that you want to do is make sure that you ask them to save your email, and of course to follow up. Whatever the nature of the email is, there is at some point a desire, we hope, to keep a healthy communication and a healthy connection going. And sometimes people really will overlook how to contact you unless you make it plain. So that's one of the reasons for using the e-signature at the bottom, or they may not even realize that this is something that they should, contact you for. So indirectly, you could say, my contact information is located below. Okay, you could also directly ask them, please respond to let me know you've received this email information, whichever works best for you. But I also want to suggest that you ask them to save your email address in their address boxes. In their address or their contact list or their list of addresses or something like that, so that future emails will not be placed in the spam, area. Okay. So we just want to do a quick recap. 7 tips on setting up your domain-based email. So number 1, we said we want to make sure that you understand that you really do need to use a domain-based email account for business. We want to make sure that you go ahead and begin to auto-forward your account from your previous provider, which was probably one of the free accounts, over into your business account. We want to make sure that you add an e-signature so that people know how to quickly get in contact with you. Just simply hitting reply is not necessarily going to 100% be your only means of having a person get back in contact with you. You really don't want it to be, okay? You want to make sure that you set up any features or options for automation and ease. You want to make sure that you create and use any preset templates that you need to, so that you can actually expand the time. I know one thing we did not cover was email folders, and let me briefly go through that, okay? Email folders right here, you can create a new folder, and we can call it test folder. Pow, simple as that. So when you have time, you can take your emails and drop them directly into the folder, okay? You can also use, let's see if we can get that to come open. Let's see if we can get that to do that again. Drop it into the folder. You can get that folder to come over and you can drop it back into the inbox. Or if you had other folders here, you could drop it into those folders as well. Okay. And then also bookmarks for, your organization and your consistency. We just want to make sure that you do take the time to bookmark certain things for ease of use. And let's see if I can get my bookmark settings to open. There we go. This is a bookmark bar. And bookmarking things is just as simple in Chrome as highlighting here a star and then choosing a place to put it. Okay, done. So now when I go over here to this particular logins folder, I now have email workspace that I can quickly and easily access. Okay. Don't overlook in tip number 6, don't overlook the importance of a subject line. And by that I mean not only when it is received by the recipient, then they can look at the subject line and determine whether or not they want to open it now, later, or at all. So that way you want to make sure that you are using creative, relative, urgent types of numbers or questions and things in the subject line to allow people to see that yes, this is something they need to open now, later. They're even, the availability to put images inside that subject line. So you want to utilize the more active, more relevant, more unique features to allow you to quickly ensure that your email is open. But not only that, when it's time to go back and search for it, you want to make sure that you can use something that triggers your mind for that particular email so that you can find it again. And then finally, in tip number 7, you want to ask them to save your email. And you also want to ask them to follow up with you. This increases the relationship. Increases the conversion rate. You want to make sure that you're in correspondence. Okay? So, are you ready? And by that I mean, are you ready to go to the next level? If anything that you have found in here, you have found of any great importance at all, any value at all, I would hope that, of course, that you would like, share, the post, the video with other people who may be interested or who may need to know these particular tips on how to and why they should use a domain-based email. Okay? There are other things that come with becoming a client or a consumer of the products and services of Family First Designs, and you're available to find those out. But most importantly is the current special that is running for 2016 brand building. I'm trying to get as many people upgraded, up-leveled, enhanced, this year as possible. It is truly a year of miracles. It is a year that people are really finding their sense of purpose, and I want to help them. So if you'd like to become a student of the 2016 brand building option here at Family First Designs, you can go to Family First Designs. You can click the 2016 brand building tab and you can add it to your cart. There's an option there to pay the $100 per month. There is an option coming to pay the $300 per month, splitting your thing, your entire project over 2 months. And then there are other options that are available that can be discussed for how we need to get your package up and running. If you do decide to come into the brand building opportunity and you do need to have things up leveled, it's important that you follow up your payment or even forward your payment before you make your payment. You email me and make sure that you provide me with the information that's needed so that we can get your agreement set up, so that we can have a consult and I can make sure that we are a great fit to move forward in getting your brand built, enhanced, or taken to the next level. Again, you can follow me on multiple social media platforms. I am on Periscope, I'm on Twitter, I'm on YouTube, Google+, Facebook, LinkedIn. I'm in a lot of different places, and it's either MartinaBY Yelverton or T for Twitter, MartinaBY. These are the different places that you can find me. so that I can truly look forward to helping you out. So, again, as always, to your success, I'm here to help you, to serve you, to help you level up. We've newly created a Facebook community. So, if you'd like to join us over there, the Facebook community is called Learn, Lead, and levelup.com. You can search it out by the name, or you can actually go to that hyperlink to the web address, learn, lead, and levelup.com. It will bring you into the Facebook community where we give out resources and tips and just encouragement. Right now we're doing a 30 days 30 ways to self-improvement, just to have a mind shift to get us moving in the right directions for where we are endeavoring to go. So again, my name is Martina Britt Yelverton, and to your success.